What would you do if you're given an incredible amount of power and status? It's interesting that in John 13 it says, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he came from God and that he was going to God, it says that Jesus then rose from dinner, laid aside his garments, took a towel, and it says that he girded himself. Jesus' disciple, Peter, he was watching this whole thing. He saw the Lord take off his outer cloak, gird himself with a towel, and then Jesus proceeded to wash the disciples' feet. But it says that Jesus, he knew all authority was given unto him, that all things were in his hands. And so Jesus, realizing this, that the Father gave everything to him. I mean, what would you do in that situation? Well, I'll tell you a couple of things that Jesus did not do. He didn't say, kiss the ring. He didn't exalt himself. But what would you do if you knew that the Father had just given everything to you? It says that Jesus, knowing all was his, all authority, all of heaven, all power, he took off his outer cloak and he girded himself with a towel and he washed his disciples' feet. I wonder if when Peter wrote the words in 1 Peter to clothe yourself with humility, I wonder if Peter was thinking about this very moment with Jesus. Peter saw it. He watched it. He saw Jesus kneel in front of him, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, and he washed Peter's feet. Remember what Peter said? He said, Lord, this is not right. You shouldn't be doing this. And then Jesus said to Peter, if I don't do this, then you have no part with me. And then Peter said, all right, Lord, give me a bath. Just dip me all the way in. And Jesus said, no, that's not necessary. You just need your feet washed, which really is a picture of God cleansing us as believers, as we kind of make our way through life. This is important because as a believer, we are completely clean by His Word. We're born again. But in our daily walk, we make mistakes. Our thoughts get away from us, or we get in a fight with a friend or a spouse or something like that. But there needs to be that cleansing. And so Jesus cleanses us. But on that night of the Last Supper, He washed their feet. And then Jesus says, hey guys, you know what I've done here? This is to be an example to you guys. I mean, who wants to be more like Jesus? I know that I do. Well, that involves humility. Now, humility is not like self-deprecation. It's not like I'm worthless. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's simply thinking of yourself less. Humility is actually a position where God can actually exalt us. Humility is not a loss. It's actually great gain.